don't know about you, but I dream a lot, and some of my dreams are quite weird and strange. But the importance of this story of Jacob is not necessarily just that he had a dream. Now we need to realise that at this point, Jacob is on the run. He's on the run from his brother. Because firstly, he's managed to talk his brother out of his birthright, that his older brother will give him the birthright. And now he's just tricked his father into giving him, Jacob, the blessing that was meant for his brother Esau. And so Jacob realises that he's in trouble and he makes a run for it, fearing that his brother might kill him. And as he's on the run and as he stops to sleep for the night, God meets with him. God meets with Jacob, the deceiver, and reminds him that God still cares about him. It's an important message. And perhaps that's the message that you need for this Advent. Perhaps you feel like you're on the run. Maybe you think that you've messed up one too many times. Know that God meets with you and wants you and cares about you. That he wants to lead you to a great place. Remember those words of Paul. Nothing can separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus. But it's not just this message which is important for us. But watch what Jacob does next. He builds a memorial so that when he goes past that place again, the memorial and the name will remind him of what God has done for him. And I think that's a real challenge for us. We live busy lives so that often we might notice that God turns up and does something and we're amazed, but we pretty quickly forget all about it. We need to learn this habit of building memorials. Not that we stop and worship that place, but that it reminds us what God has done for us. As you follow through the story in Genesis, you see numbers of times they build a memorial. They name a place which will remind them that God was present and God did something there in the past. And therefore they're reminded, if God did this for me here and God did that for me there, then God will continue to be with me. How much more will we trust in God if, as we wander through our lives, we're reminded of what God has done here, there. When I did my godly play training, the story that we heard all the way through, did our wondering and then did our work with, was the story of Abraham and his family travelling through into the Promised Land and building those memorials. And as I sat there doing my work, I got some blocks and reminded myself of those places where I have been in ministry and in life and how God has been there in each of those places. We need to find those ways to have those memorials. And so may you today take some time to think about how God has been active in your life. What are those great things that he's done? And how can you build some markers so that you're reminded of those events? So that as you reflect on them, you'll have greater faith to step out into tomorrow.